Finally, after like a week and a half of cold and rain, we're moving again. The digger is going, or the field cultivator is going. It's actually filling up right now. I'm sitting in the yard. But I thought, you know what? We're not gonna start planting till tomorrow morning, or in the case for the video, in about a minute. But I was like, what an opportunity to get my new drone out. I got a Mavic 3 Classic and get some sweet footage of the 9570 RT here.
Never saw the way you kissed me with your eyes open. I was wrong to think that you could be the thing I wanted. Going so fast that the lines were only blurry. Didn't stop to realize that you could hurt me. I think that I would've died to call you mine, call you mine. I was a highway, you were on a joyride, always driving like you were running from something. You got me high, stayed up until the sunrise. Told me it was love, then you left me with nothing. Changing your mind quick, making me car sick. Yeah, we crashed and my heart took a bad hit. I was a highway, you were on a joyride. Now I'm wishing I could've seen all the signs. Could've sworn I heard you tell me we were on the same page. But baby, I was hearing things while you were switching lanes. We were going so fast that the lines were only blurry. Didn't stop to realize that you could hurt me. I think that I would've died to call you mine, call you mine. I was a highway, you were on a joyride, always driving like you were running from something. You got me high, stayed up until the sunrise. Told me it was love, then you left me with nothing. Changing your mind quick, making me car sick. Yeah, we crashed and my heart took a bad hit. I was a highway, you were on a joyride. Now I'm wishing I could've seen all the signs. We were going so fast that the lines were.
It's probably really hard to see in the video, but we are spraying in this field, but we are not using the front set of nozzles. We are using the rear set of nozzles, which is wedged right in front of the rolling basket. So if you were looking for the spray in the front set of nozzles, it's not there. And it's very, very hard to see in the rear.
A few moments later.
Going from a 1790 to a 1770 24 row, you really have to think about turning, especially on the roads, because this planter is a lot longer than anything I've pulled for tractor before. Okay, it's the next day, but wow, that new drone shoots some amazing footage. That was incredible. 4K 60 FPS. I'm still not used to the movements of it. I mean, the controls are roughly the same, but it handles differently than the other one. But I think by mid-season here, I'll be pretty good at it. There'll be some pretty sweet shots being taken of the drone this year. Super excited for that. But anyways, we are going to try planting. It's not very sunny, it's not very warm, but the ground temperature isn't too bad. And so there's a couple fields that are ready to go. A lot of them are still fairly wet. In fact, there's water in the ditch as I drive by right here. And a lot of edges of the fields are wet. But we have two fields that are ready to go. We're gonna try the one here, and if this one goes good, we're gonna finish at a different one tonight. And in the past couple videos I've done of me planting, I've had some issues with the implement guidance, passive implement guidance on the planter. But I had my old coworker from C&B come out yesterday, and we remeasured everything and changed a bunch of settings. So I'm still gonna have to fine tune it a little bit, but it should work better today. That's what we're going for. See tinder somewhere back there. I guess I'll know when I hit it. Okay, what are we even planting here? I got a handy little cheat sheet. There it is. We're planting 5 different varieties in this field. We got, they're all Wyffels. Wyffels 2446, 2656, 3576, 4025, and 4246. So that's 100 day, 101 day, 103 day, and 205 days. Planting a lot of stuff in this field. Okay, so we're currently split hybriding, so one hybrid on one side, one hybrid on the other. The left-hand side is 3576, Wyffels 3576, and the right-hand side is 4025, W 4025. There we go. So these are both brand new hybrids. The 3576 performed extremely well in our test plot last year. Kind of excited to try them out here. Must be a pretty windless day. My flag is not flying very good. I even rebuilt the flagpole. It's an inch steel rod now, and then I welded 2 washers to the pole with a washer in the middle that's not welded so it can spin, and that's what the flag's attached to. So the flagpole is very solid now. No issues there like the first day I started planting when I bent it. So I kind of wish there was a little bit of wind, but no wind also means that I'm going to have an awesome opportunity to get some more drone footage today, which I don't have any drone footage of the planter yet, so that's kind of exciting. The singulation is doing good, 98 to 99. And there's one more thing I was going to say. I don't remember what it is now. Oh yeah, I started using my markers again after the last field's fiasco. Markers, you know what? Just even if you need to see, like for backing up and stuff, just to give yourself a guide on where you need to go. Markers are pretty nice, and they started working randomly in this planter, so I'm gonna use markers from now on. I mean, I'm still using the guidance for the end rows. I mean, I'm not steering right now, but still gonna put the marker down just so I can see where I need to go. I also love boundary track. Look at it. Just following that mark right around. Doing a really good job. Look at how straight that end row is. Gorgeous. Love it. Another thing that we did yesterday to help with the, or not the auto path, the implement guidance on this planter to keep it from swaying less, is I actually tightened up that 3-point bracket. So when you turned, our 3-point bracket had a lot of sway in it. So as you went through the field, that 3-point bracket was being pulled side to side. Turns out there's a little wedge block in there. I did not know that. There's a little wedge block in there that you can tighten or loosen to make that 3-point tighter or looser. So we tightened it up basically all the way. So now we have a nice solid attachment point to the tractor, so that way that receiver on the planter doesn't get confused when the planter starts doing this. Set those both down. Okay, we're planting. Marker is down. For all you guys who say I can't plant from marker, I've done it a couple years, okay? I can do it. If the technology is there to not do it, why would I bother? Go. So here's what I'm seeing with the boundary track with planting. If you are field cultivating ahead of the planter, it is really hard to judge the end of that field cultivator, and lots of times dirt gets thrown and stuff, and like along the ditches, typically it's not a very clean line for field cultivator, and then you come back and you're like a foot off with your boundary track because the boundary either got smaller or bigger depending on what the field cultivator did. Now if the field cultivator is using boundary track, we can maybe change that, but we're not. So what we're finding is along like fence lines in between 2 fields is perfect. Along roads where you can accidentally maybe dig into the ditch a little bit or leave a little bit too much, it's off. So I think I'm just going to be planting normally with markers along roads and then using boundary track along fence lines. That's kind of my plan. Alright, so we're going down the field here, and my brother noticed that the wings are still being pushed down a little bit more than the center frame. And we already adjusted the wing weight distribution one time, but we're going to do it again here. And my dad did it with his Leatherman. So I'm going to see if I can, you gotta loosen that nut, and then you gotta loosen that top thing here, because I do not have the right tools to do this. Oh, I got it. Okay, so now I can loosen this, and I just watch that pressure gauge right there. I'll drop it down a little bit, about a little over 500. Tighten that nut back up. Ah, there we go. Hey, I dropped it down to, it was at 600, I dropped it down to 500.
No, not that much. Maybe like 550 or 6.
550?
Probably like 570.
Okay. He said he's gonna drive behind and check it out. Actually, I gotta admit, it does look quite a bit more level than it did just a little bit ago, but now we're going through a ravine, so I don't know. He's not gonna be able to tell much anyways. It's kind of cool watching that planter flex though. This is where that auto track implement guidance comes in, because that doing stuff like this, that planter does not pull straight. So the tractor can go off the track a little bit. So I'm actually 5 inches over this direction to keep that planter straight. And if you look behind, the lines back there, and you can't see them in the camera, but they look pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Well, that worked out really well. I ran out of seed right here, and the field drive is right there. Just like I planned it. Well guys, after what, 5 years of doing YouTube now, it finally happened for the first time. I ran over my camera. Actually, I have an expensive lens. I have an $80 lens in this thing, and I have it in a $15 case, but other than those two things, I think the camera still turns on. So I think we're okay there. Just, and I have new lenses at home. So I think I can get back to using this thing tomorrow. It's just, it won't be used the rest of the night. I knew it would happen sooner or later. But now that we have this different seed in there, the planter seems to like the seed a little bit better. The singulation is staying a lot more consistent with this seed, the 42-46 that we're planting, Whiffles. And it's just going dandy right now. Singulation's good, population's good, ride quality's halfway decent. Ground contact's 100%. It's just working good.
I should have kept you close, I should have held you tighter, 'cause in my book you were my favorite chapter. And when we left each other, damn, what was I thinking? Thought there was no answer, so blinded to believing. Now you're probably thousands of miles away, and it's been years since I've seen your smiling face. And even though I took measures for all my pain, I still dream about you lately and hallucinate. Yeah. Lost lady, where have you gone? Please come back to my heart. I'm out here waiting for you to go. Oh, I never should have let you go. Feeling I wish I could have followed. And I spend my nights alone, 'cause without you in my life I'm always feeling low. I'm clean up, no longer wasted, waking from this nightmare back when we were young, making these promises of everlasting. Starting fresh is anesthesia, extra dose, and you feel I'm repeating moments with another, only able when I'm drunk. Why do I miss you as if you started, when you might be lucky and dearly beloved. And through it all I still have this damn obsession. Can't seem to break out this spell, can't stop searching. Lost waiting, where have you gone? Please come back to my heart. I'm out here waiting for you to come. Oh, I never should've let you go. Feeling I wish I could've follow. Yeah, I spend my nights alone. 'Cause without you in my life, I'm always feeling low. What if I'm living day to day with no regret, I'm content of all the little.
Okay, we are finally finishing up this field. We are at 266 acres. We have 7.3 left. So we're getting there. One thing that I have not shown you guys since I've done it is my red markers on the edge of the planter. Like right there. There's that red line that comes out on the edge of the marker, so that way if there's like a rock or something that I don't know if I'm gonna hit it or not, if it's gonna be in my pass or the next pass, that red marker will show me exactly where it is. And then also it's kind of nice for like doing headlands and stuff. So that way you kind of know like there's this thing sticking out on the fence line. Am I gonna hit that or not? Just a quick little thing that I did, and it was pretty easy and it's pretty enjoyable. And there we go. Just like that, I'm done. Having some issues with these road cleaners again. Now there's air pissing out of this thing again. So I think I'm gonna take it up in the yard, see if I can figure this out, and grease the planter, fill it, so I'm ready to go for morning. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.